Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Strifium, and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. Of course, we are going to Spain. It is the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and we are here with the MRL EU division. We hope you enjoy these highlights.
Team as well. There's a lot of guys here we're definitely going to be fighting for. I'm going to be looking out for Alexander on those mediums in 9th place.
Yeah, and it's Nicolaitis on pole, Vettel in second, Kana in third, JX in fourth, Falcon rounding off the top 5. Of course, sorry to interrupt you there, Unicorn. We'll go through the rest of this grid on formation. And thank you very much, of course, for all of the support in the chat. We greatly appreciate all of that. And we hope to bring you a very exciting race here, as the quali was quite intense. Of course, Unicorn, please do us the honors here for the first time MRL EU action. Take us through this race start.
There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights lit here in Spain. A little bit of delay. They're going again. But those are the 5 red lights. What is going on with those lights? Someone's playing around with them. But there we are. Everyone is away here. Nicolaitis and Vettel getting good starts off of the line. Falcon as well. He's already jumped one place up past JX, as Vettel looking at the inside of the Mercedes into turn 1. He's going to get the move done as well. Falcon now past the McLaren of Kana as well. So a very good start for the racing points. And that's Alexander. He's off a little bit wide through turn 3 in the McLaren there. No contact to speak of so far, it doesn't look like. But it is Vettel now who leads this Grand Prix. Nicolaitis in between the 2 racing points as Falcon's up 2 places. Hurricane now going around the outside of Extreme. He's not going to hit the move on the exit of the corner there, but going side by side down into the tight left-hander. The Ferrari just about edges out the Alfa Romeo there.
Oh, and Nicolaitis now in lead of this race when it began, of course, on pole position. Vettel and Falcon have robbed him like a couple of bandits in those racing points. And we saw a very amazing launch. Of course, it was Extreme 1409 with a bit of a shaky start off the line there, but he moved up the inside Stroll style. We saw it 2 weeks ago. And now he is into 8th position, but he's being picked off by a couple of these other midfield runners right now. And we still have an amazing exchange of positions. It's Safso and Alexander wheel-to-wheel into the chicane coming through Sector 3 right now. Alexander plagued by that unfortunate rev glitch right now, but Safso on those medium compound tires competing with him now. Coming down into turn 1, it's a battle back here in this fight for that final points position. Moen ahead, and it's now Alexander wheel-to-wheel with the Renault coming down into turn 1. Safso concedes that position, but there's a major battle happening right now between Hurricane and Kana coming through out of turn 3. Hurricane currently within half a second of the McLaren ahead.
A bit bumpy on the curb in turn 15. Is that going to leave him vulnerable to the AlphaTauri? As Nicolaitis side by side down towards turn 1. DRS wide open. We've got the Ferrari of Hurricane as well, both getting past the racing point, and now the Ferrari and the Mercedes going side by side through turn 2. And it's Hurricane gaining another 2 positions. He's up 4 places from the start of this race.
Kana wheel-to-wheel with Falcon gets through into 4th position, and Falcon's dropped like a stone through this grid, Unicorn into 5th position, and Kana now is looking to keep up with Nicolaitis to fight back into these podium positions. Nicolaitis has been absolutely robbed. He was going for it on Falcon, and Hurricane said, "Excuse me, mate, you already had your opportunity for lead of this race. Now it's time for the Ferraris to step in and take control." Meanwhile, Vettel still very far out in front of this race. 3 seconds now is the gap, and he is pulling away quicker and quicker lap per lap.
Down a little bit. He's on the hards as well now. Hurricane only 1.5 seconds. As Dirk Chuck, there's a big spin for the House of Nova. A huge collision. Vettel's out. Hurricane's been caught up in that as well.
Oh no, and it's outside of that. That's in that DRS section of Sector 2 where we were talking about it in qualifying. That can be a huge problem for some of these racers. We're going to have a clear view now with the McLaren. You can see the racing point off to the left. That's the Ferrari on the right. And I'm not entirely sure what happened. Of course, all the drivers will have their perspectives reviewed by the stewards post-race.
Given the magnitude of the crash, a couple of drivers are taking advantage of that. Tim, who was leading the race after the pit window, is now coming out just behind Nicolaitis and in front of JX. Obviously, no overtaking right now on the VSC. He's on the hard tyre, so he has benefited quite a lot from this situation, because he's now sitting in what I believe is effectively 2nd place in this race as the safety car ends. He's on those hard compound tyres. He's going to be slower. You've got JX up his inside into turn 4. But Tim's carrying a lot of speed around this corner in that AlphaTauri. He's been a bit of a dark horse right here up the inside. He's got it for turn 5. He's going to be able to hold it, but you can see the speed JX is holding, but out of the corner, Tim still clinging on to this place as JX now up into the inside of this tight left-hander. He's gone a little bit deep, and that's the Haas. Oh no, he's the wrong car. Tim now in 6th position.
So he is serving a drive-through in that racing point, and now it's Moen and Ruben wheel-to-wheel into turn 1, and we've caught that just as it was happening. Ruben gets out in front of the Renault, and what a great view we had from Falcon's POV coming out of that pit lane of that exchange. But of course, now on board with the Renault, he's going to be looking to maintain less than a second gap to Ruben, but Ruben looking very quick on these hards right now.
Mercedes, the number 9 car there.
Now it's Adam under threat. That's Falcon. He tried to defend there. Falcon on the hard compound tires. Wheel-to-wheel into turn 1. It looks like he's going to get it done. The Williams, though, looking for a comeback move on the inside. Now back to the outside, and it is Falcon into 11th position there. Nicely done from him. He is on the 5-lap-old hards at the moment. Adam is on the quicker soft compound tires. Those softs, though, very quick to degrade. And meanwhile, we have another exchange about to unfold. That's going to be Alexander looking at the rear of the Red Bull. Cotters currently running on the 5-lap-old hard compound. And you see there's a bit of a tire difference, and look at the traction coming out there, and look at the switch coming out of that McLaren. Alexander on the inside now on the Red Bull. Is he going to get it done? That was a very neat and tidy move from him. Cotters struggling there on the outside, and Alexander with an absolute masterclass here through Sector 1. Very nice, or Sector 2, excuse me. Wow, really nicely done from him, and I'm glad we got an onboard view of that action. Alexander very tight to the rear of Dirk Chocolate right now. Dirk Chocolate on the much fresher hard compound. He's sitting in that final points position, but Alexander wants that too. He's getting ahead of the Red Bull into turn 1. Not much Dirk can do about it with that DRS and overtake being utilized.
As Alexander in that McLaren, he's got DRS on the racing point of Falcon ahead of him. Very little ERS in either of the batteries. Around the outside.
Ooh, very, very touch and go move there around the outside. A very difficult move to make through that first, second turn, but he made it do exactly what he wanted in that McLaren. Keeping control of things quite well.
As he sets the fastest lap of this Grand Prix so far, 25 laps, or we're on the 25th lap, so 24 laps into the race, and he breezes past the AlphaTauri before turn 1. So he's under similar pressure to what Tim just felt, but he's managed to keep the Haas of JX behind him for now.
Nova mowing there in 10th. And it's Nova into the rear of the Renault. He takes his front left end plate off, and now Ruben even more pace in that Ferrari behind that Haas. Coming down into turn 1. Oh, and Moen spun out of that right-hander, and you see Nova move into 10th position. Now Moen off. That's going to cost him. He's on those 15-lap-old hards that we saw Ruben get off earlier, and Falcons come in after 17, I believe it's 18 laps on those hards. Now Ruben is going to get into 10th position, maybe even 9th. 9th it is, so it's a fantastic race for him in that Ferrari so far.
Really starting to slow down now with people ditching them at this stage of the race. Meanwhile, JX on the back of the Renault of Safso up the inside, DRS taking him past way before turn 1. And he secures 4th place for the time being.
Talk about Dirk Chocolate on the defense of the Ferrari now. Ruben into 8th position, already ahead of Dirk down into turn 1. But what an exit, what an exit from him. Safso in that Renault now with such a clean exit. It's a very clear move for him with the overtaken DRS in full swing, and now he is back into 4th position. Of course, we take a look at the position changes. Safso started this race in 15th on this grid, and he has had a fantastic race, a fantastic strategy, and it has brought him all the way through into 4th now. Of course, JX isn't finished with him, and this battle is going to continue down to the wire, I do believe.
Not a brilliant race to start the season for him.
Kana now crossing the line. It's going to be the checkered flag for the McLaren. Is it going to be a win for the Mercedes? It is. Kana's penalties setting him into 2nd position, and now it's Tim coming through that final chicane in the AlphaTauri. How's it going to go for him? Is it going to be a win? Up 8 positions in this race, or a podium, excuse me, it is. And Safso in 4th position, as well as JX crossing in 5th. Safso makes it from 15th all the way to 4th. And that is your top 5. Nikolaitis, Kana, Tim, Safso, and JX. Alexander now crossing the line in that McLaren, as well as Steph in the other AlphaTauri. And it's Ruben now who did start in 7th, came to finish in 8th. What a dynamic drive from him. And it's going to be Dirk Chocolate rounding out of the final turn now in the Red Bull, making his MRL debut. With a little bit of celebratory weaving. What a race from him, moving up 8 positions. And I imagine that is exactly the kind of race he wanted to have to kick things off to this season. I mean, we have a lot of fast guys in here. But Dirk has definitely been putting in the work. Now Falcon coming home in 10th position with that final point. Adam in the Williams in 11th, and it's going to be Nova now in 12th with Lutra, and I believe it is his first race for wheel racing. Of course, usually on the pad, he comes home in 12th. What a race it was. MRL EU for the first time on a Tuesday. Of course, my name is Strifium. Joining me was Unicorn. Safso taking driver of the day, of course, moving up 11 positions. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the racing action, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more great racing. Of course, you can check us out on Twitch every Thursday. We have racing then, and we're going to have a lot more coming to you soon. Twitter, where you can find all of our updates, and Discord if you're interested in becoming a part of the Misfits community. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.